Hello, hello, hello. It is I, Tewty back with another Tewty Toon. Today we are going over Leximus Maximus here, who recently got reworked, and everyone seems to be over him. I won't lie, when he did come back from his rework, when they dropped his rework, I was actually like kind of upset. Not gonna lie. I wanted him to get a rework. I wanted him to get a good rework, and then they turned him into a god, and I was actually kind of mad about it. But time has passed. I have test played him. My alliances test played him, and now that I see more of it a little bit, I actually am thankful for the rework because it is more balanced than I expected it to be. It is it's useful as a leader, and I honestly I would be considering myself kind of a hypocrite if I hated him as much as I originally did because of the fact that we kind of all been like calling for more useful leaders in the game. And they finally gave us one, and I was like, "Mah, he's too good, mah." And then whatchamacallit. But I've reorganized my thoughts, and I do appreciate the rework now, because of the fact that like they started off with Hal Jordan, they reworked him, they made him a good, really, really good leader, and then they made Red Hood reworked. They now have Lex. So as long as they continue this trend, as long as the bar continues to be really high up there and raised, and they stop making like Suicide Squad, Deadshot leadership reworks, then I'll be okay with that. Which I still enjoy Suicide Squad, Deadshot, by the way. I just think that since his leadership is bugged and it doesn't do a whole lot for the team, I'm a little upset that it is not anywhere near as good as something like this Lex rework is. So, with all that being said, he's a good character. He does enable a lot of non-meta tunes, which I should be appreciative of as well. So let's get into his stats, right? So he has really low strength, but he doesn't really need strength because he doesn't do any physical damage. It's all special damage, so you really don't even need that stat at all. His agility is normal. Stamina is a little below normal, so he's going to be on the squishier side. He is a squishy character. The intelligence stat, though, is enormous. Probably one of the highest I've ever seen. I'm not sure what the highest is, but that is either up there or like right below the highest in the game. The HP stat is a little bit below normal. Average is about, I want to say like 28,000 is average health. He's sitting at, looks like 24, 25-ish. And then this is kind of where it balances out, his kit. So he's squishy, and if you look at his speed, he's only got 83 speed. He is one of, if not the slowest characters in the game. So that really helps, I think, bring his viability full circle. So he's got this amazing kit that he uses, and he enables so many characters, but he's also really easily killable, and he doesn't get a whole lot of turns, right? So that's really nice to see. His critical chance is higher than normal. It's a 35% instead of the average of 25%, and then the crit value looks to be about normal as well. So we're going to go into the abilities. His hands-free security, his basic ability is special damage to an enemy, purge 4 buffs from that enemy, and then the legendary point is to apply buff immunity to the target, which comes in clutch. Very, very clutch. It's like he's very good at killing people like Bane and Barda. If you're having trouble with those really tanky reds that like but get even stronger when you hit them, this ability will shut them down very well. I don't even have the last upgrade, which is the most damage that it could possibly have, and I still think it does excess amounts of damage. It's brilliant, honestly. So second ability, Lex Core Nanomeds. This is his AoE heal, kind of like a Zatanna-esque heal, but even better. He applies 4 speed ups at full ringed power. He heals everyone with a light overheal, and he on the legendary point, grants 2 debuff purges and 20% turn meter to all allies. So he's going to speed up your team with speed ups. He's going to speed up your team with turn meter. He's purging off debuffs. He's healing you. And because he gives you buffs with this heal, his leadership gets procced as well. So you get an extra heal on top of that. So this ability is just, there's so much in this ability. It's one of the best abilities in his kit, I would say. Active abilities. So his third ability, Metahuman Deterrent, special damage and up to 60% if you scroll all the way down, get that full ring power, turn meter down to an enemy. That is very, very useful. This ability does hit very hard, similar to his hands-free security. I think it hits a little harder than hands-free. And then this has 2 legendary ability points. This is one of the first reworks in a very long time that went from 4 abilities and stayed to 4 abilities. I think the last one, the last rework that started with 4 and ended with 4 was Hawk Girl, and I think that was over a year ago. So, whatchamacallit, this is unique in the fact that this ability has 2 legendary upgrades. The first one is Apply Silence, which is nice, especially since he will kind of synergize. This doesn't make him super synergistic with Silence-esque characters like Ra's al Ghul, Orm, or Robin. It does help a lot though with Robin, especially with the second legendary point, which I have not taken yet because I just don't want to spend the legendary essence on it. Is Call Assist on the target. So if you have Robin on your team and you Call Assist with him on this ability, he's already going to get that extra crit damage because he's got silenced applied already, which is very, very useful and nice to see. And then this is the end-all be-all, the leadership ability that everyone's fallen in love with. All allies gain a medium overheal and 2 intelligence ups when buffed. It's not even, I guess I've got it ringed out enough that it's always guaranteed to do that. So it's a huge heal. It's a massive heal, especially the higher his intelligence up is, I believe. Very good leadership ability. And then the legendary point, which is kind of confusing, but I think, so if you read it, it says 50% crit chance and 10% turn meter up to all allies. I'm pretty sure that the crit chance only applies to the heal on his leadership ability. However, I might be wrong. I might be misconstrued that the 50% crit chance goes to all of your allies and makes them gain that critical chance. But the reason I think that is not the case is because you have characters like Zod and Higher Good Deadshot that their leadership only grants crit chance, right? And it's very low amounts of crit chance. It's like 15% or 12%, I think, something like that. And because they are heavy crit characters, and the fact that they're only offering below 20% extra crit chance, that's why I think this enormous amount of 50% extra crit chance only applies to the heal of his legendary ability or his leadership ability. So I could be wrong. Anyone who is in contact with the devs should definitely check that out. But yeah, so that turn meter is also going to be clutch as well. It's going to help a lot of your characters outpace some of the faster characters out there. So if you have a speedster on your team that buffs, like Reverse Flash, for instance, and there's a Castaway Green Arrow on the enemy team, you can use your Reverse Flash to speed up your team and then give other characters on your team, like maybe Beast Boy, the opportunity to go before Castaway Green Arrow does, which could definitely create some interesting synergistic results. So let's talk about who our main man here synergizes with. Alright, this team right here is kind of the team a lot of people have been using that I know So Lex Luthor is obviously the leader. We just talked about him a second ago. Beast Boy is your turn meter manipulator. He is the guy that goes first on this team, reduces enemy turn meter, and what's more important is that AoE turn meter ability grants him buffs, which will then heal your team and speed them up, and gain intelligence ups, which is all very, very useful. Castaway Green Arrow is meta, so I don't like to use him, but if you wanted to, Castaway is an option as well. Donna Troy is my go-to tank, but also because there's so many buffs that are going to be going around, because you're going to be trying to proc that heal and that turn meter often. She's going to also grant you team defense with awarenesses and more turn meter. And then Freddy Shazam. So I used Freddy Shazam because he is faster than most characters. Not all of them, but most. And then his third ability, his single target massive damage attack, also grants team-wide buffs, which will speed them up, will give them heal, everything like that. You don't have to use Freddy. You can use any other. I prefer that a Mystic goes in that position because Donna Troy doesn't deal that much damage. Lex deals ample amount of damage and deals not massive amounts, but he deals significant enough damage that you shouldn't need another red on the team. But any other blue that has a third ability that grants buffs, I would suggest that the third ability grants buffs, or Vixen, because her fourth ability grants buffs, because then you'll get that turn meter, you'll get that speed up and that heal, which is the more important aspect of it, right? This team is kind of interesting, very weird. No turn zero Taunter here, so fast blues are going to be maybe an issue for Lex, but I want to test out this team just to see, because Reverse Flash is going to go first. He is going to go first. He is, I believe, the fastest character in the game, so he will always get the first turn. And then his third ability and his second ability both grant buffs, so whichever one you choose will speed up your team. And then Mary Shazam is also very fast. Her third ability and her second ability both grant buffs. Her third ability is kind of special, though, because it grants team-wide speed-ups, which will speed up your team even faster, give Reverse Flash the opportunity to go back in time and get all those other buffs. And then hopefully, after those two have both gone, Giganta will have a turn to taunt. And that is my goal with this team. And then also she should be like pretty high in the overheal like region. Weaknesses to this team would be, of course, Wonder Girl, because God tier Toons counter God tier Toons, and her whip, you got to be watch out, because her whip will kill Lex Luthor like that. It's very, very easy to kill with a blue. All right, so Lex kind of makes speedsters relevant again. Every speedster except for Kid Flash, because Kid Flash is not a buff-oriented speedster. He is just turn meter mainly speedster. He gains buffs passively, not actively. He can gain buffs actively, but it's a chance. It's not guaranteed. These guys all have guaranteed speed-ups in their kit. They all go before every other character in the game. And that is why these guys are going to be relevant with Lex. I know there are people already experimenting with Flash and Lex just to get your team like that much better. I've been doing a lot of Reverse Flash, but I know that Jay Garrick also has a team, like not a team-wide, but an AoE attack that grants him speed-ups. And then Wally West, of course, grants that turn meter and speed-ups to his team on his second ability. So that one might not be as good on defense because his third ability doesn't gain him buffs. It's just a heavy damage attack. But speedsters are going to be more relevant with Lex on the team. I'm trying not to get my finger in the camera. I'm moving over here. Alright, so this is... I had to use this team earlier because I was up against an all-red team, so I just used this team. Did pretty well. This team is another thing I want to try, because Aquaman is, again, one of those characters that is faster than most other characters in the game. He has an AoE crit immunity ability, which will also grant turn meters. So his second ability grants 16% turn meter. Couple that with Lex's leadership ability, that will grant 26% turn meter AoE to the entire team plus a heal. So you're already set up very well for a defensive setup. But then Star Sapphire might give the entire team mends. Giganta will hopefully by then have enough turn meter to cast her taunt. So weaknesses to this team, once again, Wonder Girl or Black Manta, because there's going to be a lot of buffs. There's going to be a lot of mends to convert to bleeds. So going to watch out for that. Now, for this, I want to replace these guys with characters like Captain Atom. I want to replace them with characters like maybe Silver Banshee. Let's see who else. I had a whole list of these guys. Scarecrow. And then let's just find one more. I don't even know. Well, not that one. Oh, I'm looking for characters that don't really buff themselves. They're more focused on debuffs, like a Siren. So these characters have no form or fashion to grant themselves or others active buffs, right? Like, I know Silver Banshee, Scarecrow, and Siren all gain buffs passively, but those will not trigger Lex's leadership because they're not active buffs. There's one character here, John Stewart, Green Lantern, who also you do not actually want to put. He's like the one character in the entire game that you do not want to put on a Lex team, because he benefits more from being close to death than from being overhealed. Granted, yes, he's going to survive longer if you keep him high health, but his damage is going to significantly suffer. People like Captain Atom, you can probably make work, to be honest with you, if you just pair them with people who cast buffs. He's still going to get the turn meter. He's going to get those intelligence ups, which is actually going to help him a lot. But the only reason I say that he doesn't synergize as well is because of the fact that he can't grant himself or others those active buffs. That's really it. Actually, I now want to try a Captain Atom team with Lex just to see how well those intelligence ups affect his damage. Sorry, that is my diet shake that I'm trying to use to keep my throat from getting majorly dry. So let's go into PvP, shall we? Let's figure this out. Let's get him done. Let's start with a low power team, right? Just so we can see mechanics. I like to do that. That way you and I have a inkling of how the mechanics work before we jump in and do something crazy. And you also understand that it is a low-powered team, so I'm going to whoop their ass, and that's fine. Okay, so Beast Boy gets first turn, right? We're going to whale out. Boom, fat whale. I love it, because it's like a symbol of me. Okay, so that ability, let's analyze. That ability gave me buffs, right? Which gave the whole team turn meter and a good heal. So Freddy's now up. I also got intelligence ups, which is nice. Freddy doesn't really use intelligence ups, that's fine. If you wanted to replace maybe Freddy with Captain Atom, that's a viable option. We're going to do it on this guy. We gain more team-wide buffs, more intelligence ups, more heal. Kill Spectre, because he has the AoE heal immunity, which is like annoying. Beast Boy just attacked out of turn, and Beast Boy's basic gains buffs. We did not get a heal or turn meter from that. Beast Boy got intelligence ups because that's just part of his basic, but that out of turn attack will not trigger Lex's leadership ability because of the fact that it is a passive. So we don't worry about that. We just did an active basic attack. We gain those heals. We gain those intelligence ups. We gain that turn meter. And we're just going to win here real quick. 85,000 damage. Granted, that was a very low-powered Ravager. But we dish out some damage now. God, man. My room is so dusty. So dusty in here. It's like 1:30 in the afternoon. I just got out of a class. I have to go to another class later. I figured I'd get this uploaded while I'm sitting in class. Alright, heavy green team. Wow, okay. I want to do Captain Atom. Let's just try it. I just want to see how it works. Let's see if it works. Yeah, let's do that. 2 blues, 2 greens against a green heavy team. My antenna thing just like likes to jiggle. I wonder if that's noticeable, because I never notice my face like jiggling when I watch these. But that's whatever. Alright, Freddy's fast. He gets the turn quickly. Not first, but quickly. Captain Atom now has those intelligence ups. We're going to see if we can AoE kill that dead shot. No, we cannot. That's unfortunate. But we did significantly reduce the enemy damage output. We're going to heal and buff so we can get rid of some of those intelligence ups. We got a heal, and then we got another heal. So that's pretty significant as well. We're going to kill Larfleeze because I think he's the biggest threat on the enemy team right now. Awesome. Awesome. Buff. I should have buff immune to Power Girl, to be honest with you, because then it would have purged strength ups and like made her unable to gain more strength ups. So we'll do that next time. We will do that next time. This is working out. Honestly, it really is. We're gonna do that. Oh, just killed her straight out of the bat. That's nice to see. Nice to see. He's gonzo. He's got some less damage. Booyah. Dead. Dead in the water. I love it. I didn't put enough water in that shake, and it's like more shake than water. You gotta like to get it out of the bottle. All right, so let's see how well Lex goes against Lex. There's a Wonder Girl, which is not fun to see. So we need a red on the team to help fight off that evil witch. I could use Talia, but there's no bleeders on this team, so it's kind of irrelevant. We could do this guy. He's got good power levels. He doesn't really offer a whole lot of buffs, though, is the problem. I want a fast one. Fastest red is Beast Boy. But I've already done him. I don't want to do him again. So let's do... just to see how it goes. Because there's 2 blues. His AoE should be able to kill a good chunk of them. And then we'll switch out Captain Atom so we can gain some extra buffs from maybe like Superboy, who's also very fast. There's nobody invisible on their team, though, and there's no tank either. So I probably don't need to bring Superboy. So let's bring Reverse Flash to get that first turn, and then the heal, and then the buffs and all that jazz. It all just kind of swims together and makes a cohesive team. We're probably going to try and do it to this guy first, and then we're going to open with an AoE. That's pretty significant damage. She just, that's no bueno. Glad Reverse Flash gains awarenesses on his own. It's very useful. Oh shit. Oh shit. We're gonna purge, and then we get a heal after the purge, even though there was heal immunity on us because of the fact that we're gonna lose this hardcore. We're gonna hardcore lose this. Yeah, that initial AoE didn't kill her, so we need someone to... well, I'll just have to put like booster gold in or something, because She needs to die before she buffs the team up. Which one did I do? No, it wasn't this one. She needs to buff the team up, or he needs to, we need to kill her before she buffs the team, and because that's when I lose, is when she gets that off. So let's bring in Booster Gold, who should still be faster. We're going to get Reverse Flash to go again, and then Booster Gold should have the next turn. I hope to God. You know, I hope to God. We're going to speed her down this time instead. Damn it. Can you just... Thank you. Alright, that wasn't difficult, was it? Well, Black Adam's now going to go off. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Alright. We're done with that. We're done with that. You kill one, but then the other takes over. It's like, bro, there's no victory there. No victory. And that's unfortunate. But because it was an enemy Lex team, you got to see how his enemy AI works as well. We're gonna avoid that entirely because Brainiac is scary. Let's look at this HAL team. God, there's so much Wonder Girl. We're just gonna avoid Wonder Girl because she is the bane of Lex. One whip, he dies. So let's try and find teams without a Wonder Girl. Oh, look at that. A Wonder Girl. Go the freak away. Interesting. All green team. I don't know if I like that. We might come back to it, though. We might come back to it. A lot of red on that team. Any of my teams, can they fight that? No heal immunity on any of those. Get over there. Jeez, okay, I'm like tapping it. It's not going. I want to like be able to show off an entire team because I designed them for this purpose. But you guys and your dang freaking PvP teams are so weird. Alright, let's do this one. No, this is a weak team. I don't want to go against a weak team either. God, I already did that. Let's not do that again. Oh my god. Let's just do it anyway. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Let's just do it. I need to put more water in this bottle. Eight ounces is not enough. Alright. I'm going to start off with crit immunity. Everybody gets crit immunity and a lot of other stuff. We got intelligence ups. We got men's. We got crit immunity. She whipped off the crit immunity. We're gonna taunt. She did like no damage. Freaking wonderful. He still does significant. Nice. And we're gonna stun her. Yeah, and bleed her. Yeah. I need her to die. There we go. Thank you. Now that she's dead, I might actually be able to do this. Wouldn't that be nice if I could actually do this? We're gonna gain some buffs. Very good buffs. More crit immunity. Woohoo! I love it when I get crit immunity. She does true damage, so I'm gonna... Giganta does not deal a lot of damage, apparently. She needs some loving. She needs a rework, and I hope that she gets one eventually, soon. Preferably. Preferably soon. Stun some Man-Bat. We're gonna Man-Bat stun a little bit. But even against, like, this heavy disease comp, this heavy, bleed mend-ish comp, I'm still... Excuse me. I'm overhealed by quite a lot. By like quite a lot. I need to really put some rings into Aquaman here because his First ability doesn't give enough mens, I don't believe. I also didn't get the turn meter yet. I have the fragments to do it, but I don't have the legendary essence yet. I have a lot of other characters that I want to give my legendary essence to first, like Owlman and Ultraman. I plan on buying the Ultraman pack day of, and then he's already G10 for me right now because I bought the early 4 people packs, and I'm gearing him. He's G10. He's only 3 stars though, and you can tell that he's 3 stars when you bring him into fights. But person in my alliance, I believe it's Loot, has already bought enough of that pack to get Ultraman up to L1, and he says he's amazing, so I'm going to buy that pack, and I'm going to try and do a Tewty Toon that Friday for Ultraman. We'll see. I'm debating whether I want to do one for Owlman. I probably do, but because I'm trying to put a lot of resources into Ultraman first, he might have to wait. Rebirth Connor. Wow. Captain Fantastic. Look at you. I'm still worried, though, because there's a Brainiac on that team with some pretty fast people. But I'm going to do this team first. Because there's no Man-Bat. There's no Wonder Girl. So Giganta should be safe, relatively, because the only green on that team is Brainiac, and Brainiac does deal damage on his stun, but other than that, he doesn't have a whole lot of high damage abilities. So GG, Snoo, should be alright. Oh, I was really hoping that Reverse Flash would get the first turn. So let's look at Mary's health. She survived a rebirthed Batwoman kick to the face without dying. I'm very, very impressed by that. Very, very impressed. We're going to take away some Mara turn meter. Yep, we got that stun going, unfortunately. We're going to do some more healing. And then we're going to bing, bang, boom this Brainiac down to Deadzo. Freak yeah. We're doing well, boys. We're doing well. As soon as Mara's dead, I can use the Mara AoE, or the Mary AoE, Mary. Tongue twisters and all that jazz. Excuse me. We probably don't even need to use the AoE now, but let's do it anyway, because it'll give Giganta some healing that she needs. I love that. There's so much sustain on this team. Like, I don't have, like, I guess Lex is technically a healer, but there's no, like, legit, like, straight-up healer like Mara or Zatanna on this team, and yet we can still sustain Snoo enough that she won't die. And that's really useful, because that's, for a tank, she's still squishy for some reason, so you need some way to protect her. And those heals are a very good way of doing that. Let's see. Let's do this heavy red team. I've got 2 greens, a blue. I need a blue with heal immunity, so let's find one of those. Find a blue with some heal immunity. Oh, look at that. Silver Banshee right there. Ha, ha, ha. Is she my only one? Oh, I guess Dr. Fate. But that's it. Oh, I guess I'm working on Spectre. Spectre is being worked on as we speak. It's gonna be a while, though. It's kind of like a slow gear, but like faster than slow, I guess, if you want to say that. But yeah, there's almost all of those characters on that team are slow. Very slow. So I'm not afraid of this Bane right now because as soon as Lex can fight him, he's not going to be able to gain those buffs as well. And Silver Banshee's here to rough up with some heal immunity. Oh crap, never mind. I forgot that this guy's a thing. The old Deathstroke Lobo combo. Very, very interesting. Oh man, what am I gonna do here? Am I gonna be able to pull this out of my ass? I hope so, that'd be nice. There we go. Alright, so now my Bane will hopefully not be a thing to worry about anymore. We're gonna try and kill him. We succeed. No more Swamp Thing revives, but we did lose Snoo Snoo, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna keep killing people. He's now got, well, he did have buff immunity, never mind. Let's do this. Try and get some more awarenesses off that Deathstroke. No more boss for you. So we did lose Snoo Snoo, but we didn't lose anybody else, it looks like. Looks like we're going to win this fairly easily without much help. Very nice. Very nice. So, sadly, due to the fact that Lex is slow, I don't think that he's going to be that useful outside of a leadership position because he doesn't have any passives. He literally has a leadership ability outside of his active abilities. And unless you have a character like White Lantern Sinestro or World's Greatest Detective to grant him that turn meter, he's not gonna be able to have that many turns, and he's also very squishy. So without those heals from his leadership, he's kind of a sitting duck. Actually, let's try something real quick. We're gonna do Lex again as leader because I just said that he's pretty useless outside of it. But we're gonna try and do a World's Greatest Detective Donna Troy engine. With, let's see, probably want a Mystic character, just because we want a fast Mystic. Where's she at? Where's Vixen at? Vixen, there she is. She's a bad chica. I like Vixen a lot. She's one of my first Tewty Toons. I think she's like my second or third Tewty Toon. So if you haven't seen that, go ahead and go back and look at it. We're gonna focus Black Adam first, just because he's always a threat. He's always one of those first threats. And this is where things are gonna get interesting, so we got that heal, we got those awarenesses, we got that intelligence, right? We're gonna try and just start cooldowning everybody, right? Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, boom. The Green Arrow is probably someone to watch out for. Alright, and then now that World's Greatest Detective has an assload of intelligence ups, I actually want to see how powerful his heal is, because for some reason World's Greatest Detective, he has a heal in his kit, but it does almost no healing because his intelligence stat is very low. It's mainly used for the turn meter that's attached to the ability, but let's just see how much it heals with all these intelligence ups. Still significantly nothing, pretty much. That's really poor, unfortunately. I'm sad about that a lot. But let's just take out that man. He should die on his next turn because he's got a few bleeds going. Vixen's taking out some boys. And this, by the way, this is also a low power level team compared to me. So I'm not worried about losing it. Obviously, I just whooped their ass a little bit. But I wanted to see if that heal would do anything. World's Greatest Detective has that like constant cooldown maneuver going. You probably don't need the constant cooldown maneuver with Vixen because Donna Troy and Vixen already make sure her cooldowns are always ready to go. But look, like I just used this ability last turn. Now I can use it again. So if I replaced Vixen with someone like Assault Warsuit Lex, for instance, I could have his nuke up extremely quickly, like very, very quickly. So that's also useful. It also, if I replace Vixen with someone who's special damage oriented, like Spectre, or who's another special damage? Maybe just Captain Atom. I've already got a fat stack of intups. Those characters are going to deal some high ass damage. And whatchamacallit? Wow, this guy just keeps reviving. Can we just do this, please? So these intups, we should talk about that a little bit, I guess, is any extra healers you put on the team are going to do very well, but you don't really need any extra healers as long as you have buffers, because you're going to basically be full overheal the entire match. But then also, Lex does very, very good as a leader in red alerts. So if you're struggling to finish red alerts, put Lex as your leader. Put some buffers on your team, and you'll basically be full overheal the entire time. If you want to put like Orm on your team with Lex, you're going to get those shields, you're going to get those overheals. Your sustain is going to be off the charts. So definitely try that out on red alerts and see if that works out for you. But yeah, I feel like that's Lex, like in a nutshell. He's super good. He's got almost anything that you could want in a leader. There he is. Nope, not me. Come over here, me. Pretty much everything you could possibly want in a leadership ability. And his active abilities are also both fantastic. So, very good character. I feel like he's balanced. I feel like he can uplift a lot of non-meta characters. I feel like he has that personability to do well in almost any situation. So, yeah, he's a good character, guys. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, give me a look at my Patreon where there are extra perks available to you. You get these videos days early. I have it written down as like a day early, but I've been just like, anytime I have free time to record, I just record it and then release it as soon as possible on my Patreon, and then it comes out on normal days like Friday or Sunday or Monday morning, depending on what I feel like. Those are my normal release schedules, but it's up to you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.